Hello, welcome to Braintrust. As we continue to examine the young black male's pursuit of the American dream, down a traditionally elusive, obstacle-ridden track to a good education, today they're discussing the effects of teenage fatherhood on that pursuit. Come, let's join them.
The past, protection, being a father at a young age is really, hard because you gotta think about your education. You gotta be able to provide for your child, whether it's financially, having a home for them, clothing them. You gotta be a protector, a strong parent, before you can even think about being a father. So it's a lot of things you gotta think about.
So what was in the past on fatherhood? Fathers were teenage fathers. What did we have for that? What did they make it? How did they make it back then, slavery times?
Well, since we were brought over here just for, breeding purposes, as cattle, they found, Anthony B, and they made one child, and, since the father's mad strong, they're gonna make little of him so he can work the field and everything. That's the way that that they'll be able to breed their own workers instead of going out and buying their own.
Yeah, they didn't have to buy anymore once you make your own now.
Well, you will a commodity,
Yes.
basically a commodity. Fathers are expected to be protectors, providers, and if you're not doing that, then you're not actually a father. And at the time when you were just a commodity, the protection and provisions, all that came from the master. You making another baby helped his wealth outlook. So it wasn't like you were doing things that a traditional father would be expected to be looking for.
This was like a big experiment at the end of the day. Like they really poured in all the best genes that they thought us black people should have. So I think there's something to be said of that. And nonetheless, if we were brought here to move boxes or pick cotton, I bet we could pick cotton better than anybody. We could use that somehow.
When you were standing up there and they were basically auctioning you, and the guy would come and look at your arms, your teeth, and say, "Oh, he looks like he can pick good cotton, and he looks like he can make a couple of good cotton pickers."
Make me a whole lot of money. He can make me a whole lot of money, right?
Sure, absolutely. Well, fathers, if they're not going to be able to provide and protect, and exude confidence. And these things, as a slave, you couldn't exude confidence or protect or provide anything. You could barely keep your own livelihood or your own life going. So basically, you're not a father in those instances. You're not a father, like you were saying. You just basically were brought over to sire kids. Stud purposes. The more slaves you had on your plantation, the bigger your wealth was. Because they could either pick cotton or work in the field, or they could be sold.
But back in the day, they had the shotgun weddings. Like more people were more churchy. You couldn't just go and get someone pregnant and just keep on moving with your life. They were going to come after you. It wasn't going to just be forgotten about.
Back in go ahead.
But with that too, even with the shotgun weddings, they gave you a little bit of land, so at least you could do something with that, and share groceries and everything. So that was kind of a good thing, not really on our part, but for men, and that not the chick up, but still, at least you had something.
Well, once you get to be 14 and 15, start growing hair under your arms, and start smelling your own musk. Now you're a man or a woman, so now you want to go and do things that men and women do, and next thing you know, somebody's pregnant, and in those times, they wasn't sitting around feeding no grandkids. You were gonna get out there, get a plot of land, and raise kids and children. Food and children. And it's like, nowadays, though, as you look around, guys are. There's no land to give them, so that they can draw in the income. You can't flip burgers and provide cable bills and insurance for cars, and it just ain't gonna happen. But back then that's how they did it. It was a way to live. But if a black man can't provide the things that traditional fathers look for to provide, then He's just a siren.